Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about something that's way worse than we talked about in the previous video when we were talking about pay to win when it came to headshot damage for this specific blueprint. And this ends up being way worse because, hey, you know what? Maybe they just left the headshot damage up at 40, but it's way worse because the gun actually does more damage, base damage, and I'll kind of talk a little bit what kind of led to this and why I tested it and stuff like that. If you do enjoy the video, learn something new, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're brand new, looking to find your way back, double check, make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. It was kind of bothering me that more people weren't using the MP5 from Cold War or the regular Modern Warfare MP5, considering in terms of TTK, they're very close. Obviously, there's other stats to account for, whether it's recoil, movement speed, strafe speed, reload speed, lots of variables to the overall feel of the weapon, how much ammo it holds, rate of fire, damage. There's a lot of things that impact it, but in terms of TTK, they felt like they should be on the same playing field looking at the data, which that's why sometimes you got to look beyond the data. And it kind of was bothering me. I said, is there any reason why people aren't using the Cold War MP5? It deals more damage per mag, which allows you to down more players and finish them off. And the TTK, it was fairly tied. And then I was just like, there's got to be something. I even recommended a few streamers try it out, and they're like, no, it just doesn't feel as good as the Mac 10. So then I ended up getting tweeted by Nower. He was saying that he went in and tested the other damage values. I had no reason to test anything other than the head because obviously, if anything else is different, it is 100% pay to win. It's not an accident. An accident is like, hey, you know what? They forgot to change the headshot damage. Everything else is still the same. It's just like pre-nerf. But no, this is like way better, like 30% more damage than the base version of the gun. And that is the definition of pay to win. If you're giving a blueprint to somebody that has a statistical advantage in every single way, not even some ways, every single way. Like we saw better hipfire, recoil, and then obviously headshot damage, but now it accounts for all the other damage values. And initially you wouldn't think that that's a big deal, but I'm going to go ahead and show you the comparison, and then it'll be very obvious why this is broken. And the Mac 10 doesn't need to be nerfed because no one's actually using the base Mac 10. They're all using this blueprint that's overpowered, and it's kind of causing this feel of the weapon to be stronger than it actually is. So here's a quick head-to-head of the Mac 10 pay-to-win damage. You can see that the headshot on the basic Mac 10 is 30. It was 40 before the nerf. So when I went in and tested, I did test 40 for the headshot. I didn't even think to consider, you know, there's no way they could mess that up. But the chest damage is 25, the stomach, and then 22. And then obviously drops off to lower numbers like 22 and 27. But it's still more, 30% more than these individual values. So what this means is if you use the blueprint, even if you're shooting him in the toe, it's like you have a 100% headshot rate with the regular Mac 10. That's why it's deleting people. And if you hit anywhere else above that, the TTK can be even faster, which is even more broken than that. And just kind of give you a comparison of what I'm talking about in terms of TTK, let's go ahead and look at the chart. So here's what the overall TTK should look like for these individual weapons. And as you can see up close, it's very close. The Cold War MP5 actually comes out ahead and better than the Mac 10 because there's an open bolt delay that adds 50 milliseconds to the time to kill because there's a delay between pulling the trigger and the bullets actually coming out. And you can see right here, even the Modern Warfare MP5 is a hair better than the Mac 10 when you're aiming at the chest and the stomach. So it's like, whoa, what's going on here? Why does the Mac 10 perform so well? Here's what it looks like with that broken blueprint. And as you can see, this green line at the bottom that is almost touching the bottom is basically outclassing all of them by a huge margin. This doesn't even factor that you can actually lower the TTK, make it even faster by landing headshots. Over here, you can see the TTK on the left. So the number as it goes down, that is a faster, more melty gun. And the distance in meters is over here on the bottom. So you can see even at the furthest range, even when the Mac 10 drops off, it ends up having a faster TTK than pretty much any of these other guns, like by a huge margin. So it is performing exceptionally well. If you go to use the regular base Mac 10, you will notice that this weapon is nothing special. It is definitely could still be in meta, viable, good option, but it is not as broken as this particular variant that we just found out here. So this raises a lot of red flags. What other blueprints have these hidden stats where there's more damage where there shouldn't be? Obviously, there's no reason to test certain things. I know we've tested stuff like recoil in the past or other things, but how many various stats could be completely different, or maybe certain attachments work better than others? It's just a big problem. And there's no way that could be an error. This, like, they took the MP5 damage values and basically gave it to the Mac 10 with the Fennec rate of fire and the bigger mag. It's just the perfect weapon that you would combine with all the various stats and almost no recoil, like the Growl's recoil. It just makes no sense. This is a problem. And shout out to Nauer for giving me the heads up so I can go in and do my own independent testing. If you guys go and test it for yourself, you'll find the same results, which is pretty bad. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Definitely learned something new. If you did, please do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back, double check to make sure you are subscribed with notifications on. If there's any blueprints that you feel have a significant advantage, let me know. Not just iron sights. We're talking about damage, feel more melty, less shots to kill. Comment that down below. Appreciate all the support on the channel. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.